Hey, hey. Hi, Rita. Hi, Kathy, Dawn. How's everyone doing? Hi, Shirley, Rebecca, Patricia. Hi, guys. Hi, hi. Just wanting to see. I'm streaming both ways tonight. So I'm just pulling it up over here. So tonight we're going to be making a welcome sunflower wreath. How's this? Love it. Hi, Roxanne. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. So we're going to be making this welcome everyday sunflower wreath. This is a kit. It's available in my shop if anyone is interested. I posted the link, I think, somewhere up in there. I think I did. If it's going to let me. Yeah, it let me. But, oh well, it posted under Carol, so there it is if anyone's interested. Hey, KP. So this is a 7x9 sign. I've got the sign alone in my shop also, I do believe. And this is what it comes with. 14-inch frame, 25 pipe cleaners. This is the new ribbon. This is basket weave ribbon. This is a new, instead of it being checked ribbon or the buffalo check. This is basket weave. Sunflower, 2.5 inch. The tan with the black dots. And some, I believe they call this a cabana stripe. This is a sunflower yellow and white. 5 yards of each. You get 2 rows of poly jute mesh. And I'm going to show you a different way. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you very much. And I'm doing fantastic. And you get 2 rows of the poly jute. And I'm going to be showing you a different way that you can make one of my kits tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 1 roll of the poly jute and we are going to do ruffles, poofs with it. So all I'm going to do, just like if you were doing a 21-inch, I'm going to turn in both ends. Let's ruffle it first, it'll be easier. Ruffle it and turn it under, bring it to the tip here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Oh, thanks. I get crazy sometimes. And I'm going to start on the inside. So I'm going to put this right here on the inside. And I'm going to tie it down. I'm not going to use a zip tie. I'm just going to tie this down. If this would have been 21-inch, I would have because it's thicker. Okay? And let's open all of these ties. If y'all wouldn't mind spreading some love, I always like to spread some love for me. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a 10-inch poof, about a 10-inch poof, guys. And put this in. I know, this is new. This is one way you can always do a wreath kit that I put out that comes with 2 rows of the 10-inch mesh. Hi, Janie Degato. Hey, Sugar Pepper. Tina. Thank you. That's so sweet for you to say. Hi, Debbie. So we're just going to keep poofing. It's been windy and cold, guys. I'm always talking about the weather, and I know. But I've got some couple of other wreath kits that's going to be available, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. If y'all need me to zoom in, I can. No problem. I always like to when we get to bow time, too. Hey, Miss Ashley Barnes. So this one's already in the shop. Coming out here to the tin. You can poof it before you put it in. Some people like to drop their mesh in the floor. My desk here is pretty elevated, and I sit in a chair. If I stood, it would be okay. I do it a lot of times when I'm standing. I've learned that if I do my poofs, it's windy and cold in PA. Yeah. I find I like to start on the top after doing it that one time with my poofs. I find I get better coverage and don't have those gaping holes with the poof as you get sometimes by starting on the top, guys. I know, right? I've always wanted to go to Australia. I envy you, Carrie. I don't envy the fact that you can't get Wreath supplies. I don't know what I would do about that. Okay, I've come right here to where I twisted it. I'm just going to put it right in there. Pull tight and twist it again. Poof it out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop right down to the closest pipe cleaner, and there's one right below it here, guys. There's one right there. So I'm just going to pull it taut, and I'm going to go right inside that pipe cleaner. Normally I would tie it in front of it with a zip tie. I find with using the 10-inch, I don't have to do that. Please zoom in. I sure can. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to open these on the bottom all the way around. Grabbed a hold of that one, pulled it. There we go. Opening these. Wet summer. Yeah, 19 degrees. Oh, girlfriend. That's too cold. I'm going to continue with 10-inch. Let's get this turned under right. $20, $25. Yeah, that's about what it's been here. Gonna poof it out. Here, guys. Yeah, if you know the lady that started it, sure, no problem. Rita, go right ahead. Anything to help. Maybe that'll help Carrie. Oh my gosh, that is nice. Very nice. Okay. We're just going around it. Did zooming in help? Hi, Elga. Finally got some warm weather. my husband. Guys, I tell you, see what I put up with? Yes, I would. I would be out stalking people for native florals. Oh, great, great. Oh, thanks. So how's all my friends on YouTube doing, guys? I'm glad to see you all on tonight. I've decided every time I do a live on Facebook, I'm going to make it live on YouTube. Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it, just shipping a small package to Canada the other day. I don't see how y'all do it. That's just, really, it's a shame. It really is. To do something that you love to do and not be able to. Hi, Karen. Hi, Kim. Oh, well, I'm so glad you got to catch me. Awesome. Last one, so I'm going to just tie it right in here where I tied this other one when we brought it down. And poof it out. And see, a 10-inch makes a really nice base also. And look how much mesh you had. What you could do, and what I've done in the past when I do 10-inch mesh, is I pull it right back up to the top and make one more loop around it. And it covers in just like it's a 21-inch mesh, guys. It has that great coverage. Hi, Melinda. My poly burlap, I buy it from a wholesaler, but when I can't get it from them, I buy it from Craft Outlet. Because I love poly burlap, or this is poly jute, and I buy it by the case. So now I'm just going to go ahead and trim this off. This will give me something to put into another wreath, or like I said, you could have made it around. Craft Outlet usually has it for a really nice price. It's not generally a mesh that's in the $7 and $8 round price range. It's usually a real reasonable price. And you can get it in several different colors. This is the only time I'm going to use a zip tie, is to tie this one piece that I cut off to stick around the back. You're so welcome. You're from Texas also, Kim? Whereabouts? I'm down here in Del Rio, Texas. Okay. I'm going to cut this off. There's my bucket. I'm going to trim it and turn that little piece of the zip tie. Okay, so there's that. Now what we're going to do is take our other, let's get this out of our way. The other roll that comes with the kit, I cut it in 20-inch pieces. Hi, Tanisha. I cut it in 20-inch pieces, and we're just going to do a ruffle with it. I'm going to bend my edge over, okay? Just bending it over, and then I'm going to come and I'm just going to ruffle it till I get to the very end. I'm going to keep that bent over, and I'm going to pull it to in the middle, and you're going to get this bow tie. And I'm going to lay it going around with the wreath. What that does is it keeps where you cut it in the center and not on the edges. Twist it, and now I'm just going to make that ruffle on it, just like that right there. So it's a little bit different, showing you what other things that you can do when you have two 10-inch rows of mesh. You don't always have to look to do a woodland ruffle or to do just straight long ruffles. And this wreath can be hung up and be up all year round. It's just one of those really great everyday wreaths. So we're just going to mamma jamma it here. You could do a messy ruffle where you turn the ends under, doing it like this. And I like to do the same thing. With this too, you could probably use one roll of mesh to do this. Do 10-inch poofs all the way around it. Cut your mesh to about 15 inches. Do a messy ruffle just to put right here in the gaps. And you would have it made. And you would have plenty of coverage. Yes, I'm putting them in every tie. Putting one in every tie, yes ma'am. So when you get one of my wreath kits, there's always several different ways. Hi Joanne, you can do them. I'm making up new instructions for my wreath kits to for different ways that you can do it. Gorgeous. Yeah, I thought, well, I was going to do, I tell y'all guys what I am going to do from, for Wednesday night's live is we're going to do a tulip wreath. Number one, because I've never done one. But it's going to be done on a grapevine. And I think it's going to be darling. So I just thought we would take a break from Easter. Yes, this makes a very, doing it this way, makes it super, super full with doing the poofs, even though it's 10-inch mesh poofs. And like I said, you have darn near a half a row left. So you could, what is a messy ruffle? Well, I'll show you. So these I've been doing is just like a normal 20-inch ruffle. A messy ruffle, when I do them, is that I roll it one end a couple of times. Then I come down here and I roll it a couple of times. And then I walk them together, and it's like having two curls. It's like a very miniature woodland ruffle. And then you would put it in just like you would, but it would be, you would see more of a curled effect. Oh, thank you for the stars, Miss Ashley. So that's what I call a messy ruffle. Some people named them cruffles, but I've heard people calling a woodland ruffle a cruffle, and it's not. It's a woodland ruffle. Because of it being a ruffle and a curl. You're welcome so much. I use those a lot. I use those a lot when I'm doing like a 21-inch mesh. But see how full we've got one round. We haven't even gotten to the inside. So now we're going to do our inside ruffles. Turn it under. And I turn it under because that will help prevent the fraying. It's never going to stop it. Nothing's ever going to stop it. But it just helps prevent it. The same way with rolling them under for the messy ruffle. And with putting that poof down, even though, like I said, it's a 10-inch poof, this is going to look super full. Super full and thick. Butt them up against each other. Right, right. Yes, this is the 30 foot, which is 10 yards. Lots of times when you buy mesh, be very careful because it'll say 5 yards, which is 15 feet. I've got 18 on this one. 18. Just like if it was a wreath form. So with the kit, you could put as many ties on it as you wanted. Like I said, I did, it comes with two 10-inch rolls of mesh. They're 10 inches by 10 yards, which is 30 feet. And we went around it and did 10-inch poofs. And then I cut one roll to 20 inches because I go by how many ties I've got. So there's 360 inches in a roll. And then you divide it by how many ties, and that tells you how many inches long that you can cut your mesh. So I put 10 on the outside. Oh yeah, and some carry the 18 feet. Yes, they do. Yeah. And like I said, you could have put your poofs down, had plenty of mesh left over using the one roll, cut you some curls and popped you a curl into each one, and it would have made it pretty fluffy too. I'll have to do that on a live. Hi, Janie. Yes, it's the exact same mesh as what we did on the inside. Yeah, it happened to you. Yeah. Well, I've had it happen to me because I didn't pay attention when I bought it. Matter of fact, I was in a store. Oh, it's been about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I seen this mesh, and I picked it up, and it was at Michael's. Okay, and I picked it up, and it was such a unique color. I picked it up and put it in my buggy. It's a good thing I just didn't go check out. I was walking around seeing if they had anything else, and I looked down because it was right there in front of me, and I thought, 18 feet? That's not 10 yards. So I promptly went and put it back because it would have been too expensive to have to buy 2 of them. Yeah. What we'll do is I will do a live to where I use just one 10-yard roll of mesh, and to where we do poofs, and then come back with it with some either some curls or just some small messy ruffles. This is the last piece. And y'all can see how full this is by doing it this way. There's a straightener. And see, we still had, when we did our ruffles, the mesh pieces were 20 inches. See, we used this much of a roll to make poofs. So if you wanted to, you could have made your poofs and then come in and maybe make 8-inch or 10-inch and did some curls and put in each one of them. Or you could have cut it to 12, 15 inches and come and just put a messy ruffle into them, and you would have made a wreath for using only one roll of mesh. And I'll do that on one of my lives. Okay, so there is our base, and it's about 25 inches, guys. It's 25 inches in diameter, and this is a 14-inch frame. Yeah, it would be Joy. Okay, I'm going to scoot this over to the side. These are our ribbons that we went over earlier. These are what you get with the kit. So you get the sunflower ribbon, and I'm pairing it with this. It's like a light tannish background with black dots. And then I've got this basket weave, black and white, and I'm putting it with this yellow. It's like a sunflower yellow cabana stripe. Thank you. And like I said, this makes an excellent everyday kit. Wreath. All year round. Cut these to 12 inches, guys. Cut the ribbons to 12 inches. Folding them in half. And then I just gather them up. Go ahead and pull them to the position you want them to be in. I just push them into a tie. I push them in and with my finger. Then I'm going to go ahead and just twist it several times because we have no need for these pipe cleaners. I cut my pipe cleaners off, but I don't cut them off super short. And then I take them and I run them back and behind my ribbon. And if you'll pick your ribbon up to maneuver it, it's more likely to stay in place than it is if you don't. Let's get one more set in, and I'll show you what this looks like, guys. I love this color combination. I love sunflower, anything sunflower, guys. Do the same thing. You don't have to leave them going straight out. You can crisscross them. Pretty, pretty. And so that's what we're going to have going around. Okay. And we're just going to keep going around till we have all these ribbons in. You could crisscross them partially on the sides. Thank you. And if you had like some sunflowers, this kit doesn't come with any, but you could always put a few sunflowers in the wreath when you complete it. I pick up sunflowers at like Walmart all the time. They have the big ones and the small ones. Hi, Deal. How are you? I like to use local sources if I can. Thank you, guys. Hi, Darlene. Oh, thanks, Brooks. Oh, thanks, guys. Y'all are have so much faith in me. And I love it. So what is everyone's favorite wreath that they love to make, or if you don't make wreaths, that you love to buy or hang on your door? It can be a season or everyday wreath. What's your favorite? It can be a grapevine, mesh wreath, swag, Christmas. Oh yes, it's one of my favorite. I get giddy at Christmas time, guys. I'm like a kid in a candy store. And her favorite color is green. You should hit Ashley up. She does customs. Mesh wreath. Depends on the season and the holiday. Watermelon seed grapevine. Yeah. Halloween. Awesome. Hi, Linda from Mississippi. Well, welcome. I'm glad. I'm glad you stopped by to join us tonight. Great to have you. Christmas wreath of any kind. But watching me, it changes. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm partial to sunflower, but Christmas, I tell you, anything Christmas is my jam. Well, I can't say that. You like them all right now, Pat? Well, I tell you. Hi, Sally. Christmas evergreen, yes. Oh, yeah. It's got to be a little heavy. Oh, you can't hang it outside because of the wind. I'm sorry. Yeah, I would ask Ashley for customs. I'm not doing any custom sign making right now. There you go. You should be. Remember, guys, I love to see pictures of your wreaths that you've made. I love to see, because I know a lot of y'all are new at this. So all you have to do is you can either email me a picture at Carol@desertwreath.com, desertwreathcreations.com, or message me through my business on Facebook. Yeah, I love swags. If y'all are new watching me and you see what you like and want to learn, because I love to teach, I would if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'm usually live 3 nights a week. And you guys on Facebook, hit that follow. Well, hi, Christy from the UK. Welcome. I'm glad you dropped by. Love having people. Yeah, I've been asked to do some in-person classes in town. It's called like the fire station, it's a name, and it gives, what they do is, you know, you furnish the supplies and they pay you for them and everything, and then they pay you for teaching the community. And I'm thinking very seriously about doing that. And where I lived at in New Mexico, we had that at our senior citizens place. Not been on for a while. I'm great. I'm really doing great. These ribbons look yummy on this wreath. Okay, last set of ribbons going around the outside of the wreath. If ever anyone's new, hey, hit the like, follow, or subscribe buttons. I'd like to see y'all back again. We can always create together. We've got the ribbons all the way around the outside. On this wreath, Donna, and welcome. I want to say welcome first. This one is a poly jute mesh. That's a natural fibered mesh along with some plastic, which is called polypropylene. We used 10-inch poly jute as a poof base, and then came back with some 10-inch ruffles. I do it all. I do grapevines, evergreens, you name it, doll. And right now we're putting in our ribbons. And this is a wreath kit that I have together in my shop. And I have several other ones if anyone's interested. That's very true, Brooks. Okay, I just crisscross these on the top, and I'm going to continue to do that. I put the link up there earlier, but it wouldn't let me pin it to the wreath kit, Ashley. So if you would, that would be awesome. And I did put it over on YouTube. It's at the top of the comments. Spreading them apart. I pull them apart just like I would if I was pushing them around the bottom. And I'll show it to you here in just a minute. Hi, Lordies. I would have to figure up the price that I've got into it. And all. So I would probably, I don't know. You can always message me afterwards and I can let you know. Woo woo. Loving this sunflower. Because this one will be for sale in my shop. Thanks, Miss Ashley. Ashley just pinned the link, guys. Oh, thanks, Brooks. Hook up the sister. I'm the sister. Hi, Kathy. You snuck in on me. How have you been, doll? to thank everyone for coming out tonight. How do you find me on YouTube? You can go over on YouTube and you can, where it says search, just put Desert Wreath Creations in it and my channel will come up. How would she look this up on YouTube? The same way. Yeah. Just go to YouTube and where it says search, you can just search Desert Wreath Creation and my whole channel would come up. And this wreath would probably be labeled Welcome Sunflower Wreath or how to make a welcome sunflower wreath. And I've got several other videos that's always on there that never go away. Same way this video will never go away here on Desert Wreath Creations on Facebook. Lana, I used 18 pipe cleaners. And this is a 14-inch frame. And it's already made a 25-inch wreath. And we used a roll and a half of mesh. Basically. And it's the poly jute mesh. You could even do this with 16 by just putting 6 in the center. You get everything you need to make this wreath in the kit. And if I haven't listed the sign to this, I'll be listing it. And here is the sign, guys. Yes, I do use 12-inch frames. Yes, I do. I use them a lot. Yeah, very draining. I use 12-inch frames. And that's probably, I've used 10-inch, but I use those when I'm making flower wreaths. Thank you. I use 12-inch to make smaller wreaths, and I sell a lot of those locally, especially to people that live in assisted living or apartments. Uh-oh, who is sick? Prayers, guys. Okay, this was the last set of ribbons. Let me get it pulled out here. I'm going to zoom out just for a minute. And this is what it looks like with everything, all the ribbons put in. But see how lovely that is? Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is a 14 inch and it is 25, a little over 25 inches. So, okay, let's make a bow. Who wants to make a bow, bow? Let's make a bow. So on this one, with our sign, it's going up and down. Oops. So if I put it right here, I'm thinking I want to make a big round bow to go right here for a change, okay? Make a big round bow. And like I said, we had this left. This wreath could have been made just with one row. And I'll make just a one row wreath for you guys. This Wednesday, we're going to do a tulip wreath. I made the sign. I have it in my shop. And if I don't, it will be tonight. The tails are 12 inches. When I do a wreath like this, or a wreath kit, I try to pick the mesh that will make the tails look good at 12 inches because you want to see the mesh, the naturalness. Oh, thanks, Lordies. And I will have it in a couple of different sizes. So give me time after. It may already be there. Like I said, I'm not real for sure. I meant to list it. A tulip. It's a flower. Let me see. These are tulips. And this is what we're going to make a wreath with. The sign I'm using here is a 7-9. Okay, let's make a bow. All right. This is that basket weave ribbon. I love it. Love it, love it. Let's turn this around this way. It's not really going to matter. So I'm going to bring the tail out here to 8 inches tonight. And we're going to push it down in there. I'm going to take it and I'm going to twist it really close to those pegs. Okay? I'm going to put it up to the top. Going to come out here to about the 6 inch. Okay. And I'm going to take this loop. There we go. And I'm going to take this loop and I'm going to pull it towards this tail right here. I'm going to take some more ribbon, come out here to the 6 inch. I'm going to fold it in half. You know what? No, I'm not. Okay. Let's twist this again. 6 inch. We're going to take this over here to the 6 inch and we're going to twist this again. Okay. This one comes down. We're going to use this one with the 6 inch. We're going to twist it, pull it down. Then we're going to come up here to the 6 inch. Now I'm going to fold it over and pull this one up. Pull this one coming towards me. And I'm going to cut it. You're going to have enough ribbon to make whatever kind of bow you want left. Okay. So now let's take this cabana. No, you cannot cut poly burlap or poly jute or fabric mesh with a wood burner. Anything that has a natural fiber in it, going to twist it, come down, you can't cut with a wood burning tool. And you need a piece of glass, tempered glass, 5.5, right here, under it when you use a wood burning tool. But this is just a rotary cutting mat. And when you use 5.5, and I'm going to turn it under, and I'm just going to leave this one right inside there. This is a what you call a self-seal mat. And what it does is once you run a rotary cutter over it, it seals itself again over and over. And if it ever gets like what mine does here, you can take a bathtub and run it full of hot water, put your mat in it, and it will help pull these marks out of it. Whoops, we got one of those nasty seams, right? 8 inches. So this time, put it in. I'm still going to come down, even though I came down with this one. I'm going to bring this one down to a 5 inch. I'm going to twist it. I'm going to bring it up. 5 inch. Going to twist it. Another 5 inch. We're going to twist it, pull it down. I always keep everything, you're so welcome. I always keep everything fluffed and in place. Now I'm going to fold this in half and push it down there and pull. That should have been a 5. It looked big. Okay. Then we're going to pull this tail up here to the top. And we're going to cut it. Now we're going to come in with our polka dot. Hi, Miss Janie. You're so welcome, Elda. So this time we are going to go, put it in there. We're going to twist it. We're going to come up here to the top. We're going to come up here to the, that was a 5. Let's do a 4.5 right here. Four and a half. Put it in the center. Bring this one down towards us. And cut it. We have some of this cabana stripe left, so why not let's use some of it. So we're going to put it in, bring it down. We're going to come over here and make us a little center loop just to bring this back up here to the top. Smash it down in there. That's about a 2.5 inch center loop. And cut it off. Okay. And that's our bow. and see how it's all in place and the loops are still fluff. I usually just go right back through it just to make sure. Grab me 2 pipe cleaners. I know, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see them though, I bet. Okay, I'm going to hold on to my peg here while I put my hand under here and push my ribbon up to where I can make sure I can get my 2 fingers under here, my pointer and middle finger. Okay, push it down to where I can grab it and pull it off. Take my pipe cleaners and put it on each side. And these are going to come out right between my fingers. I'm going to pull on it, and when I do, I can move my bow, my thumb I meant, to the center. And I'm going to pull on it. Pull real tight and twist my bow. And all I'm doing is pushing, making sure these go back in place. And that's it. My loops are already in place. Put your fingers in them to puff them out. Poof them out. Get our little center loop there, and you could even turn it to make that go in the opposite direction there. Okay, so now let's put on our sign and our bow. Let me get my handy dandy weaving needle. Here's one hiding from me. So I'm going to put this about right here in the middle, I think it is. Not in the middle of the wreath, but sort of in the middle here. Let's do this in first. I just push it on there. With every wreath kit I sell, I include a weaving needle. That way you'll have one. Thank you, Janie. Thanks, guys. You sort of just have to work it around, because sometimes your little pipe cleaner will get hung on those in your mesh like that did. Here. Had to show it who's boss. I put them all through, and I try to always use pipe cleaners the same color as the mesh. One last one. get that off. Okay, I'm going to hold my sign. I'm going to flip my wreath. I pull the pipe cleaner a little taut and wrap it. Then when I come back around it again, I do like a slip knot. You're still able to get it out if you need to adjust your sign. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you very much. Yeah, the sunflowers are gorgeous. And it's got the same basket weave that this ribbon is. But if you're looking just for the sign, that's not going to matter. You can still use any colors you want to with it. Okay, pulling it a little tight. Flip it back over. Straighten up my ribbons a little bit. Like so. Now we're going to take this bow and we're going to put this big bow, excuse me, right here, right beside it. Okay. So I'm going to put both of these through, fold them. Put my hand back there so I can make sure I hit my frame. Wiggle it. I hold on to my top knot or center loop. .5, and I know they've got it in 10-yard rolls, but I had bought this in a 50-yard roll. Tying this on. I'm just going to fluff these. I'm just putting my hands in them again. My fingers. Let me get my little yellow loops. Little black ones. Okay, now let's cut our tails. With this being our only bow right here, I'm going to leave the tails a little longer. Come down here and do the same. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, guys. Let's show you what we ended up with. Hi, Carolyn. So there we go, guys. There is our sunflower. And I love all these colors together. I just think it's just a beautiful, beautiful, stunning everyday summer. This could carry you way into fall. This could be hung up at Easter. All of that stuff right there. So you guys are welcome. I will go into my thanks deal. Thank you very much, guys. I will go into my Etsy shop and make sure that I've got that sign listed. And it'll be listed in 2 sizes, the 7-9 and 8-10. It'll be smaller and a big one. So if anyone is interested in it. And also the wreath kit's already there if you're interested in it. So I will be on Wednesday night. But Wednesday nights is at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. Okay? Oh, thanks, Janie. Oh, bless you, girl. Thank you very much for the stars. So I'll be on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock Central Standard, because I live here in Texas. And we're going to do tulips, tulip wreath. Okay? So you'll be my guide in this. I think this is going to end up gorgeous. These purple and violet tulips that I found. They've got some really pretty greenery. I think they're gorgeous. And I got a bunch of them. And I also bought some moss wreaths. And they haven't come in yet. I've never worked with a moss wreath to do florals on. So we're going to try it. Square moss wreath. Just trying to come up with some different ideals for you guys to get you to think outside the box. Okay? So I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll see y'all Wednesday. And everybody, I did new bow tutorials. I was on there yesterday, not Thursday, but on Friday, because I didn't feel real good on Thursday. So there's a new video over there. Okay, we made a funky bow. And then a bow with embellishments in it. Thank you all. Oh, great. Oh, it's that time, isn't it, Karen? I'm so excited for you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you very much. I'm so excited. Okay, guys. Night-night.